Well, hello. Today is all about a fall-inspired harvest pizza, but it's not just any pizza. This is a cast iron pizza, and why I love that is, one, okay, do you feel more fall when you cook in cast iron? But it also creates that great crispy crust that you want on a pizza. It has a perfectly golden crust, but then all the contents of the pizza, which is gonna be butternut squash, roasted Brussels sprouts, yeah. Hang with me, brown butter. This pizza is like one of those that just like hits all those senses in your mouth and really wakes everything up. So to start, we're gonna make a dough. The dough is honestly really easy. This is pretty much a variation of a pizza dough I've been making my whole life. So we're gonna start with some flour. I like to use bread flour. And this is kind of a, honestly to me, this is the easiest thing. You can make this without a cast iron pizza. This is what I think pizza is one of the first things I really made, baked, cooked, on my own when I was growing up. Mom would let me just kind of make it because it was a super simple dough. And it's a great thing to experiment with, different flavors, different things to put in it. So we have our flour. We're gonna add some salt. It's what's gonna help just kind of flavor and season the actual dough itself. And then we're gonna add a little bit of yeast. Now I only ever use instant active dry yeast. Instant active dry yeast. I keep it in the freezer because you usually get it in large containers. You can get it in packets too. So I'm gonna measure out what a packet would be. I'm gonna put that right in there with the flour. We're gonna just mix that together. Just with your hand. You could use something else if you wanted to, but why? And then I'm kind of, you could say making a well, but not really. I'm gonna add warm water. So you want it to be, 100 to 110 degrees if you're gonna check it, but I honestly don't check it. I'm gonna add some olive oil. It's gonna help kind of tenderize the dough, but it also gives it a great kind of elasticity that I like. And then we're just gonna mix it together. Now, to mix a dough, you can use whatever works for you. This is what I did growing up. This is what Mom did, and I find it still to be the best. So I'm just gonna sit here and start stirring it together. Now, you're gonna think, man, this is a shaggy dough. And I think we're always prone to think, let's just add flour. Let's add more flour and more flour and more flour until we just always hear we get this smooth, elastic dough. But that's not what I wanna do here because too much flour can really just make the texture in the crust not what you want. So what I'm doing is just stirring it till it comes kind of to more of a shaggy mass. And what I mean by that is you can see it's still sticking to the sides of the bowl at the bottom, but it's coming together and kind of forming one simple kind of mass, and that's the shagginess of it. It's not smooth, it's not perfect, but it has that cohesiveness to it. So once that's mixed up, I'm gonna drizzle on a little bit more olive oil. Again, that's just gonna help it so it's gonna be easier once it rises. I take a little spatula and I do just like to give it a scrape around the sides to get all that off. Kind of form it into a rough kind of ball. It's not perfect, but you can see that olive oil really helps form it. Kind of maybe give it a turn. Now look at that, that is a nice dough. Then I'm gonna just cover it with a kitchen towel, anything. You can put it in a warm place. We're gonna let it rise until it's at least double. That usually takes at least an hour, hour and a half, depending on how warm your kitchen is. And in the meantime, we'll get everything else ready because this is a great pizza, I'm excited. So while the dough is gonna finish rising, we're gonna get things ready for on top of the pizza. Since this is a harvest fall inspired pizza, we are using fall items, which is gonna include some butternut squash. I know, you would think I'm maybe like a one-note person in the fall, but guess what? We use what is best in the fall. Now this is just a cast iron pizza, so we don't need the whole butternut squash. I'm chopping it up. Now, you have followed me maybe for a while, maybe you haven't. If you haven't, guess what? I do not peel my butternut squash. You can, but the thing is, once it's roasted, you get this tender, delicious skin. And there's really honestly no reason to peel it. So I don't do that. Instead, what I do is slice it up, and then I'll one more time probably here, slice it down, because this is for a pizza, so you want it to be easy to kind of bite through. We're gonna put it right into, look at that, right into our wonderful cast iron skillet. So it's kind of, we can call it a one skillet meal. I mean, it isn't really, but it kind of is. I think I need just one or two more slices of that. This is what I love about it. It kind of just encompasses the best of the season, which is what our food really should do. So we have the squash in there. And then we're gonna add, I know, but some Brussels sprouts. I have most of them chopped up. And then all I do is chop off the end a little bit and chop them in half. That helps them brown and roast a lot more evenly and get more flavor to them. So I'm gonna add now all my Brussels sprouts, which This is what I love. We're getting that goodness in the fall. I mean, this alone could be a side dish. We're gonna add some olive oil. We're gonna just kind of spread it around with one hand. This is the thing, you wanna make sure anytime you roast something, especially a vegetable, that you get it well coated in oil, because that's what's gonna help it really caramelize, really get roasted flavor to it. That's what you want. So we're kind of making sure that it's all on the bottom of the skillet. It has some good oil, and then we're gonna make sure to salt and pepper it. That again, it's gonna season it. It's gonna actually add the flavor. So we're adding the salt, delicious. Then we're gonna add our pepper. So when you have olive oil in your hand, your pepper is really hard to actually grind. So I'm gonna take my washcloth and wipe off my hand. And then we're gonna go through and just get a few cracks of fresh pepper on there. So once we put this in the oven, I wanna put, you've seen me do this before, but I wanna roast a head of garlic with it. I grow garlic, and yeah, I put it in everything because I love it. But when you roast garlic, this is what's gonna kind of be almost part of the sauce of this pizza. It gets caramelized, it gets golden brown, and it gets really soft. So I put it in a foil packet because that kind of helps it steam and roast. Yeah, you've seen me do this. You just put it together, it's a little pocket, deliciousness. We're gonna put this in the oven. It's gonna roast the vegetables, gonna roast the garlic. The dough will finish rising. We're gonna put it together, and we are gonna have pizza. I pulled the Brussels sprouts, squash, and the garlic from the oven, and then I just took a couple tablespoons of butter and I browned it on the stove. So it just takes a few minutes until it's getting foamy, and then the foam subsides, and you get that wonderful brown, nutty butter on the bottom. And this is really gonna be the base kind of for our pizza. So when you pull open the foil on a well-roasted head of garlic, look at that brown, delicious, caramelly garlic. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that in the butter. You're gonna hear some sizzling because the butter's still hot. I'm gonna why I like to use this roasted garlic and everything, for one, in the fall, you get more of a caramelly note to it, but it also kind of tempers out the garlic. So instead of a stringent, really harsh garlic, you get a sweetness to it that's just really delicious. So I just take it and I kind of mash it further into that brown butter. And now it's gonna look gross, but this is kind of like a sauce. But what I like is brown butter with, well, one, with Brussels sprouts, but also with like a butternut squash is just a classic, delicious pairing. So on the bottom of this pizza, yeah, it's gonna be good. So we're gonna let that sit. We have our dough. It rose, kind of at least to double, and you can see it's a really nice airy texture. So what I'm gonna do is take some flour. I'm just gonna put it kind of on this wood board. You could do it on the counter, whatever you're kind of comfortable with. And I'm gonna take a spatula, gonna work it down. That olive oil we put on top really kind of helps it be easy to work with and a lot more smooth. So I'm gonna take it, put it on the board that I floured, and we're gonna slowly start pressing it out. You can see it's a really soft dough. Now, when a dough at first, when you're going to work with the dough, if it really springs back and comes back as you're pressing it out, that means it's probably not, you need to let it relax for like 5 minutes after pushing out all the air. So if your dough is doing that, let it relax. I'm gonna work it out roughly to like 2 inches bigger than my skillet. So it's probably gonna be at least 12 inches to 14 inches once I get it done. And if you need to, you can use a little bit more flour on the top, and don't feel bad using a rolling pin. You don't have to be perfect. I like to use a rolling pin too. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna roll this out, we're gonna get ready, put it back in the skillet, put all the pizza together. I'm excited. The dough's worked out to size. So even though there's still some residual oil from the roasting, I wanna just make sure that we don't want the pizza to stick. So I'm gonna put a little drizzle on the bottom, and we're just gonna add, now at first this is gonna be kind of hard, you would think, but it's a forgiving dough. So once you get it in there, you can kind of just press it kind of back in to shape. And why are we doing a cast iron pizza again? We're getting that great kind of rustic quality to it, but it also is gonna help give you a great crust, you know? It's gonna give you kind of like a pizza stone would. So I like to do it slightly bigger so then I can kind of just control and put it back in. It's okay that the skillet's still warm, I want that. We're gonna add our brown butter and garlic. This is just, to me, I don't know, there's something about this that's kind of quintessential fall. It seems like a unique topping made for pizza, all these different components. But honestly, when you have them, it just works. The brown butter brings out that nutty, caramelly flavor that works perfectly with the garlic. And then when we put on, you know, our roasted vegetables, it's just a great match. So I'm gonna take some fresh mozzarella. I like fresh because unlike the pre-shredded kind or that part skim kind, this is a really rich mozzarella, and it really gives you that iconic pizza kind of cheesiness, but also meltiness. And it doesn't give you that weird powderiness that pre-shredded can. I'm gonna put this on first because I don't want this to necessarily brown or burn. I just want it to add a great kind of layer under everything. And as the crust really bakes and really kind of just comes up, this is gonna kind of squeeze through different spots, and I love that. We're gonna take our roasted vegetables, we're gonna put them on top. We get that beautiful squash, the Brussels sprouts, which, do you notice how the Brussels sprouts actually got crispy? That is a good Brussels sprout. And I'm gonna take time to make sure I'm kind of getting them out, not necessarily an even layer, but you want each piece to kind of have some of all these components. So you don't want them kind of all laying in the same spot. I'm putting the rest of the Brussels over there. Look at that. To finish it off, I want just a few craisins, dried cranberries, because I think that sweetness, I don't know, this really just adds kind of that final kind of balancing act that you need, which when we come out, we will even more, but with a few final components. So this gives you a little bit of sweet pop every so often, balances it all out. We're gonna put this back in the oven, one final drizzle of olive oil right around the edge for that exposed crust, which is gonna really get it crispy. I'm gonna put this back in the oven, high heat, let it cook and roast. It's gonna be good. I pulled the pizza out and you can see the crust gets nice and browned, crispy. So you can always check the bottom, but you can also just easily take it out because it's easier to cut. So I let it cool just a little bit because I didn't want to cut it obviously when it was way too hot. It'd just be melty cheese everywhere. I like to put just a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of chopped arugula on top. I think it adds one, a freshness, a crunch. Arugula has that spiciness that's just good. And then I had to make my own quick because I was out, but I used just a little bit of balsamic like drizzle. So just like, you know, kind of a reduced balsamic vinegar. So it has that great sweetness to it. And then I'm gonna just cut it up. It's like, this is why, for this to me, on a cutting board, it's just easier to use a knife to cut it up into pieces, and you get that great crispy, crackly crust. Oh, of course I forgot my plate, but let me go get it. Got my plate. It's the most important part because you want this pizza when it is hot, when it is warm, when it is from the oven. What I love is the bread is delicious. You get a great texture in it. And then you get all those wonderful toppings, which, yeah, I'm gonna try it for you guys. You see that cheese? It's amazing how it all well works together. Like, the brown butter, that nuttiness, you don't think of it as brown butter, but you get this great depth of flavor. And then the roasted squash and Brussels sprouts have a crust, but then also the sweetness and the craisins and the cheese. And that little bite of arugula on top actually does something. It's not just for looks. And the vinegar, it's good. It's delicious. It's of the season, and it's just something that's kind of different from the mundane and the usual. The cast iron gives you that nice crisp crust, which I like. It really holds up. It's a great pizza. It's a great way to enjoy the season, to feel festive, to come in from the chilly weather and just enjoy it. Or if you live in a warm climate, it's still good. So what do I hope you do? I hope you try it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you try something different because that's the whole point. To try different foods, enjoy them in different ways, and find ways that they're awesome because we get these in season once a year, so you better enjoy them. So I hope you share this video around because it helps me, but it helps everyone see this is so doable and it's fun to do at home. Because food is all about sharing and making it home. So check my website, wiseguy.com, for this recipe, all my other recipes. And until then, make some pizza and feel festive.